Hi, I wanted to pop in for a couple of minutes to share with you something that I'm exploring in my own business and something that I hear from my clients quite a bit. So for those of you who don't know about my business, I am a business consultant and I work with small business owners who are experiencing the need to improve their operations, to look for ways to scale their business, and to create a foundation for growth moving forward. And as a business owner myself, something that I've been looking into lately is some automation. Oftentimes when I work with my clients, they immediately think that because we're talking about process improvement, that means automation, platforms, tools, and sometimes that freaks them out and they've actually been resistant to it. Or the other side of that equation is I've had clients who have a ton of automation, but they haven't documented the processes. And so there's, one or two people who know all the secrets and the tricks and how everything goes together, but it's not scalable and they can't reliably hand a process off to a new hire or a contractor or anyone else. So as I was thinking about this, the point of an automation or the point of an efficiency is literally so that you can do more of whatever. You can do more business, maybe, if you're more efficient. Maybe you could have more free time with your family or outside activities, whatever. I don't care what you do with the efficiency, the time that you gain from the efficiency. I just know that we all want something more. So I think there's three steps that I take in this journey around whether it's automation or process improvement. But the first step always has to be understanding that you do have a process. So for whatever you're doing in your business, you have a process that you're following. Now, if it feels inefficient or if it feels like it's not working for you, you're not applying something consistently, or there are known gaps. But the fact is there's always, you have a way of getting through your day that is in fact your current process. And so let's just start with step one and let's document it. There's no shame in this game. This is just between you and your piece of paper, your remarkable, whatever you're going to note it on, but you are going to have to document how you're currently doing the thing. And there are some buckets, there are some categories that I like to think about process in terms of, but let's just start out with a client experience. If you're client onboarding, there are steps that you take to get a client, into work with you, whatever that looks like. And so let's just start out by writing it down. What are the steps I need to take? What are the things that I need to do? And come up with that whole list of all the activities that are required in order for me to onboard a client. If I have a tip, if some of that feels too much, if that feels like too much work, one thing you can do is to screen record. So if some of those steps, and likely they are steps that you take on your computer if you're setting up file folders or you're setting up email folders or whatever, just screen record yourself doing that, and that will help you document the process, and it'll be easier for you and less overwhelming perhaps. So second step is once you know how you're doing what you're currently doing, then you get to do the fun stuff. And you're like, how would I like this process to work for me? In a perfect world, it all worked out. What would I like this to look like? How would I want a process that fully supports my activity in a really efficient way? And so this is that dreamy state where we're like, I would toss out the notion that you're already constructing a design. So we all get pinged, on the daily with sales pitches from any number of platforms that can all do the magic things for us. And I would say, put that aside for a minute. Don't go into this thinking, I bet Asana can do that for me. I bet, a particular CRM can handle this for me. Put aside how you think you're going to execute it or how you think it should, how it could be developed, and just say, this is what I would love for it to look like. How would I want this process to work? And then you start to craft that, and you maybe just look at your process and you asterisk kind of the gaps and the holes. And then once you've got it down to this is how I want this to work for me, then you start to explore the processes and tools that could support your ideal process. Again, it's your ideal process. I think that it's really important to put together that kind of requirements gathering piece. And then you say, these are all the things I want it to do. And then you start saying, and these are the platforms I know of or I've heard of, or you research, and you just start lining them up and grading them in a very unemotional, sort of data-driven way. And that's where you start to understand then these are the platforms that could work for me, that would make my life easier. Now, I'm not saying a platform is always the jam. Sometimes it's literally just taking the time to document the process. Or if you already have the technology, like I said, making sure that you have documentation to support whatever technology process you're using. So I think we've all had cautionary tales of implementing software platform solutions that didn't work for us. So we're all a little bit, cautious of that. And I would ask us to be aware of that. But beyond that, you're going to do three things. You're going to document your current process. You're going to dream about how you would want your ideal process to work. And then you're going to figure out, is it documentation that is required to solve this problem, or is it a platform process that needs to be put into place? I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts on this, some of your experiences with this. My contact information is below, and I wish you the peace that comes from efficiency in order to go do what it is that you want to do in your business and in your life. Have a great day.